Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome. It's great to be back with you all as we join together to bring this amazing weekend to a close.
It definitely has been such a great weekend, and we all really hope that you've enjoyed it, be able to have a laugh, and be able to create some memories with your friends and your families.
I don't know about you, Rachel, but I've really enjoyed seeing all the posts, pictures, comments, videos that everyone's been sharing on social media. It's really felt like we've been together at camp.
It has, and I think kind of everyone's sending so much in, and especially the challenge hour last night of people actually sending their challenge in as they were doing it. It really just felt like we were just having a really good laugh. So I've really enjoyed seeing them.
No, I was definitely having a laugh. So talking about social media interaction, a few shout outs as we start. I'd like to give a shout out to First Largs, who are hosting a watch party. Fourth Lincoln GB, who are sad this is our last session. I feel you. Fifth Scarborough, who are saying bring on 2021. Definitely agree there. Second Newton Abbey, and third Northampton GB.
Yep, we've also got the 208th Glasgow. We've got the 135th Glasgow, the 212th Glasgow. So Glasgow are definitely in the house tonight. And then we've also got 5th Plymouth and the 5th and 7th Gloucester. So it's really great that you're able to join us. And it's just amazing that so many of us can actually come together for our closing worship and to kind of go through celebrating some of the challenges we've had going on over the weekend.
So coming up today, we have our final worship session with Des and Jonathan, followed by the announcement of the winners of the TikTok challenge and the BB Bake Off Showstopper challenge.
And that all sounds great. So just a quick reminder of some of the questions that Des and Steve left us with after yesterday's worship session. So the first one was, what are you going to work on in the darkness?
The second one is, what difference can you make to those around you?
And the third one is, can you keep these changes up once we actually go back to normal?
So just keep thinking about these questions and how you would answer them as we head into our worship session now.
But before we do that, and before we're joined by Des and Jonathan, I called them Jez, that's not what they're called.
Jonathan.
Des and Jonathan. It's time for a song. So we're going to head over to our worship band with Who You Say I Am.
a countdown when we were told. I'm pretty sure that we probably were supposed to do a countdown. This is the trouble when you leave Scottish people in charge, you know. And like, I don't know if you can hear this, but I've got like my kids screaming in the background and everything. So at least this proves that we're live, right? Like, if nothing else. And I would like to welcome. My name's Donathan, and this is my great friend Jez.
Good to be here. Thanks, Donovan.
It's so good to be with you guys. We really hope you've had a great time at the camp this weekend. Like, I've loved checking out all that's been going on, following everything on social. It's been so much fun just seeing like you guys having fun, and like how good was the online campfire? Who thought a TV with fire would work, right?
Awesome. And being able to actually use a candle to toast marshmallows as well. That was a brilliant idea.
Oh, yeah, I never thought about that. Yeah, I sometimes use the gas cooker, but that's probably not as good for anyone's health. You know, I shouldn't really be allowed near fire, I don't think.
It's when the marshmallow drips onto the gas hob, that's a bit of a nightmare, because you're never very popular to clean up afterwards.
No, it never goes down well. Anyway, we should probably talk about Jesus, right? Because that's what we're here.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Like, makes sense. But like, guys, I have been so encouraged just hearing different things that you've all been saying and comments that you've been made, and I loved listening to Jonathan's talk or Jez's talk, depending on what we're calling them now. The other day about like having hope, you know, and like actually that's something that really matters to me right now. Is like how do I constantly look for the good, and where does that land? And you know, like I spoke in my talk about having light in the darkness. And I think those two things work really, really well. So like, how do we have hope in one hand, and how do we have this like expectancy that we can do something, that we can change the world, and put those together? Yeah. And it's really hard, isn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, as you saw, some of you may have seen in the Facebook feed yesterday, in my morning worship in our Zoom church, my parish assistant was preaching, and he quoted Robert Louis Stevenson, who when he was a young boy was in Edinburgh watching the people light the street lamps. This was, you know, obviously before electricity. And he went to his nanny and said that these men are punching holes in the darkness. And that for me sort of combines those two ideas of hope and being light. And it's that idea of, you know, we can be agents of hope, and we can bring hope to others, and we can also bring light into this, what has been a dark time for a lot of people, but to continue to be light and to show that the love and compassion and the care that we as individuals and as followers of Jesus Christ want to be in this world. And but it's not about doing it as individuals, it's about doing it all together. What do you think, Jonathan?
Yeah, no, I think you're absolutely right, and I think that's like that for me has been the best thing about this camp. It has been united, hasn't it? We've been united in lockdown. We've been united BB, like we've been together as one big family doing this, and it's been so exciting. And like I don't think anything like that's happened to the Boys Brigade before. And like I am not like some super Boys Brigade historian. Like somebody could probably tell me that I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is the first time we've done a virtual join up, or even joining the camps together to see what that looks like. And isn't that just so exciting? Because actually in God, we really believe in unity. We really believe in working together. And actually that's what we're starting to see. And who would have thought that it would have taken a virus, a pandemic, all this worry and despair to see so much good things come together? And even if the good thing is that Boys Brigade companies from across the UK are joining together and saying, hey, we should do more of this, what does it look like?
Absolutely. And I think it's something which it's not something that needs to be isolated as something we just do for camps. It's something that we can be doing throughout the year, with all these opportunities to come together and think about ways of being the Boys Brigade, being followers of Jesus, being part of this worldwide church that we're all part of. And I mean, this is not just something which we're plucking out of thin air. This is something which it's rooted in the Bible. The Bible specifically talks, especially through Paul, talks about this idea of unity and how we're all meant to be united in the body. He talks about it in Ephesians, talks about it in 1 Corinthians 12. I mean, some of you will have heard this passage umpteen times. I know that First Lags will have heard it when I was preaching about this in the big enrollment service, as well as First Lags Girls Brigade. This idea of being part of a body. And sometimes, especially in this time of lockdown, we all think to ourselves, oh, we're only what good am I doing? You know, I'm just sitting here sewing a couple of face masks, or I'm picking up the phone and asking how somebody's doing while all these other people are running around and delivering hundreds of food parcels and prescriptions and being seen to be making a difference. But, you know, Paul reminds us that we are all part of this one body. And sometimes we think that we're only an insignificant part of it. But do you know, Paul reminds us that the whole body works as one. It's not just the big bits that work, and they're not the only important bits. It's every part works together to do the job of the kingdom of God. And that's a message that I hope that you take encouragement from, and that even if you feel that you're doing a tiny thing, and while other people are doing what might seem as being big, grand things, they are all important and they are all part of this beautiful, rich tapestry that God's knitting for us all to be a part of. That we're all a unique, we're all a different color, we're a different texture, we're a different stitch. We all come together to make this beautiful body that we are all a part of, and we can all celebrate being a part of, whether it be as an individual, as a company, as a battalion. We're all part of this one body, and praise God that we've got this opportunity to do that together.
Yeah, and I think just really, and kind of finishing off with what you were saying there, Jonathan, I couldn't agree more. But actually, you spoke about the Psalms, and you're taught, and you said that at different points the Psalms have different things to say to us. And actually, I think Psalm 139 really lends itself to this whole idea. And that in Psalm 139 it says that you're beautifully and wonderfully made in God. You've been known, like God's had a plan for your life, for your whole life. Since the start of time, God knew what you were going to be like, and like how funny you are, and like how beautiful you are, like me, or you know how talented you are, like the worship band, like whatever, or handsome like Jonathan. You know, like whatever it is, God has known that there's a plan for your life and something's coming. And actually, what we're seeing right now is some of those plans come together with other people. And noise from my children to celebrate that. But actually, what does that look like, that coming together? And actually, maybe you're somebody who doesn't know Jesus yet and you want to be a part of that family. So can I just invite you right now to say, hey, I want to step into this. I want to become part of that wider family. And actually, if that's you right now, I would love to pray for you. So I would just say, Lord, if there's somebody out there right now who just wants to know you, I would just ask that you just make your presence so known to them that they can say sorry for what they've done wrong in their life, that they can ask you into their life, and that for the rest of the time they will know the love and hope that you have for us as individuals and as a family united. Amen.
Absolutely. And I think what's beautiful is that God knows us. God has a purpose for each and every one of us. And if you're still working that out, you know, and if you've got questions, remember, email the Boys Brigade email address, prayer@boys-brigade.org.uk. If you've got questions, we're not clocking off 5 seconds after the last stream. We're here for you every step of the way, and your own chaplains as well. Take your questions. No question. I survived school believing there was no such thing as a daft question. And it's important for you to know that we are here to walk with you every step of the way, because God's not only our encourager and he's not only our saviour, as we're going to hear in our next worship song, God is also our rescuer.
There is good news for the one who walked away. be fearless. Come to the foot of Calvary, 'cause there is redemption for every affliction here at the foot of Calvary. So come and be chainless, come and be fearless, come to the foot of Calvary. There is redemption for every affliction here at the foot of Calvary. He's our rescuer, he's our rescuer. God free from sin forevermore. Oh, how sweet the sound, oh, how praise abounds. We'll praise the Lord our rescuer. We'll praise the Lord our rescuer.
So much to our worship band and to Jez and Donathan, as they'll now be known. Sorry, guys. And for our final worship session together. What an amazing way to finish off the weekend day, Rachel.
I think it's amazing, and I am so sorry to both of them for the new nicknames that they have now just been given. But I do think it's amazing that we can all come and join together virtually to share in worship and just have a whole lot of fun together. I think it's great looking at the amount of numbers that are actually tuned in today. So hi to everybody.
Yeah, really positive stuff. And for all of you out there watching, our pastoral email box is still open with the pastoral team on hand to help if you need it. Just email prayer@boys-brigade.org.uk and one of the team will get back to you. Now, Rachel, there's been so many highlights over the weekend, eh?
There really has been.
Where do we start? My favourites have got to be the campfire sing-alongs with Tom.
Yeah.
The songs he's been playing have been awesome. And the football challenges with Ben Nuttall as well have been great. Do you have any highlights?
Well, I think I kind of echo what you said about the campfire. So last night, after a busy day, I was in my kitchen baking my cake for the BB Bake Off while singing along to Tom at the campfire. So that was awesome. I think it's been really nice doing some more crafty stuff. Really like the idea of a garden in a glass that came from Alexi. So I've seen some of them on social media and they do look really good. Especially for those that don't really have a garden and brought it inside the house. So that's quite nice.
I even saw one from Dave, who made it out of Lego, which
wow.
I really rated. So people getting really creative out there. So next up, I think we should do some more shout outs. That's always my favourite part of these videos. Shout out to First Rothby, who are really enjoying their first Unite in Cumbria camp, and to Second Wednesbury.
Yep, so we've also got Fourth Peterborough. So hi to all you guys at Brookside Youth Club as well. We've also got First Christen, I think it said. I'm not quite sure. Hope I pronounced that right. There are like so many comments. There's First Alfred Girls Brigade. There's First Plymouth. There's so many of you here, and it's really great to have you involved and with us as we end this amazing weekend. So now I think it's the moment that everyone's been waiting for, and it's now time to announce the winners for the TikTok challenge and the BB Bake Off Showstopper challenge.
All right then, let's start off with the TikTok challenge. We've had a number of awesome entries that we've managed to whittle down to 4.
Yep, so now I think it's time that we show everyone what those 4 are. So let's show the top 4.
Please, do not push the button. You have no idea what it...
Wow, some of them were amazing. I know we had so many come in, and whittling them down to 4 was really hard. So thank you everybody for sending them in. And a massive well done to 5th Scarborough for winning, and all the other runners-up who made it into the video.
Yeah, I mean, all the ones that we saw made us smile, and the group that chose the top ones found it really difficult. And I must say, it took us about an hour and a half to actually decide on what the top 4 was. That's how good they were. So you've all done such a good job at getting involved in this. And I actually wonder if anyone's become TikTok famous on the back of it.
Well, surely we need to be getting some royalty payment there, eh?
Hey, I hope so. I've just seen it also. Yeah, we've also got 23rd Luton that have joined us, so that's really good. Jess Bennett is bigging up the 5th Scarborough. It's a massive well done to them. They've done amazing. I think their TikTok was one that made me laugh just so much.
Yeah, keep it coming in, guys, and engaging with this post, and we'll give you a shout out. Now, I think this is massive now, what we got to do next, Rachel. We're going to be announcing the BB Bake Off Showstopper Challenge. And I know it's been going crazy up and down the length of the country with entries coming in from Scotland, England, Wales, Northern Ireland, you name it, is coming in from there, isn't it, Rachel?
It has, and it's been awesome to see some of the amazing entries that have come in. And I think it's great just how many people from across the Boys Brigade have actually engaged with this. And I think everyone will be happy to know that we have a very special guest who'll be helping us today. We have BB's very own Mary Berry here to join us, and it's Sue Paddington from the 22nd Northampton. Hi, Sue.
Afternoon. Hello, Rachel. Hello, Adam. Good afternoon, everyone. Hope you're having a great day.
Welcome, Sue. So glad you've been able to join us today. So from what we've heard from you and your team, it's been a tough job whittling down these entries.
Certainly it has been. We had over 150 entries come through, so it's been really, really tricky to try and choose the winners. They were really, really good. And it was great to see our young people out there in the kitchens giving this a go. And there are some really talented bakers out there, let me tell you.
Yeah, the Great British Bake Off, better watch out. We'll have some of our young people on there in a few years.
All right.
Certainly will.
So let's crack on and get through these finalists then.
Well, after going through them all, we managed to narrow it down to 9 finalists for each section. And from there, we chose our winners.
So without further ado, I think we should show everyone some of the amazing entries that we've had through. So let's start with the anchor section.
Oh, wow, so these are amazing.
I can't believe that these are anchors are making these sort of things. So we've got Alex, Alicia and Andrew who've done the first ones. They look amazing.
They do. We've got Ben and Harry, 2 Harrys, and look at that BB-8. He's obviously a fan of Star Wars, isn't he?
That is incredibly impressive. I can't believe how good that is. I like the Thomas the Tank Engine though. That's one of my favourites.
I was just about to say that's my favourite so far.
So well done, Harry.
I'm a fan of Star Wars, so I suppose my BB-8. But aren't they colourful and aren't they creative? They're just wonderful. Such clever young people.
It's
really are.
It's great to see the use of the rainbow as well, because that, as well as tying in with the whole rainbows across the country, it's also tying in with the morning messages we've been talking about during the weekend.
Yeah, hope.
Exactly. I'm guessing the final slide now has got Oliver, Noah, and Ruben. And that is that a donut I can see from Ruben in 49th Birmingham?
Oh, I think
it's so tasty. It's huge.
I think Noah's has caught my eye though. It looks like a bit of a mud cake with all of his diggers on top. So well done, Noah.
It looks like he's had lots of fun creating that one, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does.
Amazing.
Look at how high Oliver's is. Wow.
The piping on that.
Well, we had to make some decisions as our team, and as you can see from all those lovely pictures, it was quite tough. But we do have a winner, and the winner for the anchor section is Oliver from the second Polmont. And after much discussion, this cake won because we could see that there were multiple layers. There was lots of icing and looking like chocolate icing, and needed the skills there to place all the chocolate around the side. And we felt that a lot of thought had gone into that design. And if you look really closely, there's some love hearts on the side. So it was definitely made with love. And so, Oliver, congratulations.
Wow, well done, Oliver.
That's a fantastic cake. Well deserved. All right then, shall we move on to the juniors then?
Yep, I think that's a
Let's
good
have a
place to go
look.
next.
Let's see what they've got in store for us.
Oh, so we've got Adam, Ben, and Cameron on the first slides. Look at that M&M cake. How cool is that?
And
Wow.
isn't Ben's? I think it was the Legend of Zelda, the
Oh,
shield from the Legend of Zelda. So that's not. That was
That
difficult.
looks just like it, doesn't it?
It does.
it really
Great
does.
skills there. Yeah, and I'm loving the colours as well. They're really bright and cheery, aren't they?
Yeah, and Cameron's butterfly tower is a real showstopper.
And that's what we were after as well, wasn't it? Showstoppers.
Hit the nail on the head there, Adam.
I think see my cake that I had to go out on Friday. That would have stopped the show, not a showstopper. Anyway, shall we move on? We'll have a look. We've on the next slide. We've got Hannah and Harry and where are we?
Cara as well. Then.
Cara, yes.
Wow, look at Harry's. They must have taken some time to get right.
Is that a BB hat?
Yeah,
I think it
got
is.
the little dimple in it.
And he's got the badge on the side as well.
Indeed. And I think the rainbow cake, that's really really bright and colourful and cheery as well, isn't it? There's some real
Wow.
layers in
those.
that. It's huge.
That must have taken some time and patience to make that one.
Absolutely.
I think I've got that level of patience to do that. To see the cake I made.
I'm a big fan of Cara's. I like how she's got the ice cream cones.
Yeah, and I think that they're sweets coming across the top, aren't they? So that'd
I like how she's made the bridge with the squashies. They're one of my favourite sweets.
Now, if we move on to our last three finalists here, let's take a look. We've got a BB shirt there, haven't we? Is that from Ryan at the end?
Oh,
Yeah.
So I'm told Ryan has included the 4 things he likes most about BB in this, which is really clever. I like that as a concept. So well done, Ryan.
Absolutely. And a tall chocolate cake there.
Ooh.
Oh wow.
That must have taken some balance.
Well done, Ruben. And we got Moonash as well with an Angry Birds cake. I love Angry Birds, so that might be winning it for me.
Oh, look at how cool it looks, and it certainly looks angry. So I'll give him that one.
It does indeed. Well, again, some great creations there. And you can see from the smiles on their faces, the faces there, that they're really happy with the attempts that they've made. But again, we had to make a decision.
Oh, a hard one.
Oh, it was indeed. But we do have a winner, and our winner is Hannah from First Pool. And this showstopper one again, because there's an awful lot of skills there in not only building up the layers of the cake, but getting the colours right, and then placing the icing on the side and the piping on the top. And we thought it would be an element of surprise too, because you wouldn't have known that there were all those rainbow layers in from the outside. And we just felt that was a real showstopper. So thank you, Hannah, for entering that amazing creation.
Yeah, well done, Hannah. It sounds like all the judges are blown away with your entry there.
I think it's just amazing how you managed to get the colours, Hannah. So massive well done for doing that one. So last but by no means least, we're going to head over to the finalists for the company and seniors section. So let's see what we have.
Let's have a look.
Oh, wow. These look pretty cool.
So that's Beth there with snakes and ladders.
Wow.
You could play your game, couldn't you? In lockdown, you could play the game.
It looks like she's created the dice as well.
Yeah, you could have tea and cake. Brilliant. I like that idea.
Fab.
Who we got? Callum. Now that actually looks like the cake that you see at the beginning of the Great British Bake Off, doesn't it?
I was just thinking that. It looks like something that'd be wheeled out at like a garden party or something like that. That's what that one is.
And Kieran, that's a football ground, isn't it? With his footballers on it.
And he's made the footballers himself, hasn't he? Evidently, they're really cool.
He cut them all out by himself, so that's really clever, really clever.
Such a high standard, isn't it?
Very difficult to choose from, Adam, let me tell you.
Especially when they're in the pictures smiling. It must make it even harder.
Yeah. And then we moved on to Jack's.
Oh, that one's fab. I think that one's my favourite.
At home, but yeah, that did bring a smile to our face.
Jack's got my vote, I'll tell you that.
Oh wow, Comrades is amazing. Is that the coronavirus germ?
It is.
Oh,
and
wow.
if you look really carefully at the side, there's a mask, and then there's a toilet roll, and it's put the number the year 2020, and it's the sad face on the top. I think
that's just so good. I wouldn't want to cut into it.
These are all very topical, aren't they, on this slide?
They are indeed.
I like Keith's as well. I really like what he's done.
Yeah, the rainbow and the NHS. And it just shows you that our young people are aware of what's going on in our world, and that they do care, and that that it gives them a chance to express themselves, doesn't it? When they can get in the kitchen and bake and get these feelings out into some wonderful creations.
Definitely.
So let's have a look. We move on then, don't we, to Reese. And this looked quite a tall cake, I thought. And I wasn't sure whether it was the chocolate ganache that was running down the side.
It looks like it might be.
But, that's I thought was quite artistic.
I'm so hungry now after that one.
I could definitely just have a slice of Reese's cake now. That looks gorgeous.
And then, obviously, Thomas has done a similar, but I think his is a rectangle, and he's got the slightly darker chocolate running down the side there.
That looks like really rich ganache, doesn't it?
It does.
When
indeed.
it's just trickling down, it looks so tasty.
I'm really impressed with Williams.
Indeed. I believe it's M&M's. We've got down one side, haven't we? And Maltesers down the other. I've always wondered how they managed to get those packets.
I was just thinking that.
Magic.
I don't know how they're up in the air.
Magic.
But aren't they amazing? And I just want to say thank you, to our finalists here, but also thank you to everybody that's entered. But again, we had to make a decision, and so our winner of the company section, senior sections, is Conrad from the first Osset. And again, it's a wonderful cake, and we thought it was a real topical theme, and it displayed how I think some of us are feeling, the sad face, the masks that some of us are having to wear when we go shopping, the panic buying, but we felt that it was well made, and he'd obviously put a lot of thought and a lot of work into that. An awesome cake, and so I just want to say congratulations, well done, Conrad.
So yeah, well done, Conrad, and everybody else. So Hannah and Oliver, who also won. Your prizes will be on the way to you shortly, so keep a lookout. We'd also like to award a special shout out from Rachel and myself to Maddie from Project B in Harrogate, who's made some fantastic cakes, which Rachel's now going to show. And there are personal ones that we thought were really, really amazing and topical, because there's a Unite one, and there's also a Cumbria Camp one that she made. So a prize will also be on its way to you, Maddie.
And I really like kind of what Maddie's done, and encapsulating both the camps in her cakes. And the Unite one just looks so professional. So I definitely think she should try and bring one next year to Unite. Just saying.
Definitely united us in lockdown, didn't she?
She really has done. She really has done. So thank you, everybody, for getting your entries in. And thank you to Sue for your expertise in judging the competition with your team.
No, thank you very much for asking me. It's been a real pleasure. And all I'm going to say to you lot is, keep baking. Certainly, it's a lot of fun, isn't it? I'm going to have a go again. So thank you very much.
Excellent.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Thanks for joining us, Sue.
Joining us, Sue. Bye.
What an absolutely fantastic way to end our weekend together, Rachel. I really enjoyed every single moment of it, and I hope you have too.
Yeah, I think it's been amazing and far better than I think we thought it could ever be. And we'd like to say a massive thank you to all you out there who have joined in, taken part, had a laugh, and just been with us on this new virtual adventure that we find ourselves in.
Yeah, definitely. It's not something that we've ever done before. So the planning team were very nervous, obviously, before we launched this, but the feedback has been amazing. And so I'd like to take a moment just to thank the Unite and Cumbria Camp planning teams and BBHQ staff who have all come together to make this event possible. A special shout out to Dave and Tom and our tech team who have just been working night and day throughout the weekend to make sure that all the streams have worked and you've all been able to share with us our content. So yeah, big shout out to them.
Yeah, most definitely. And like you said, it is a brand new thing for us to try. And I am just so glad that it's gone to plan. And actually, we've had very few technical hiccups along the way because Dave and Tom have been absolutely incredible. And it really shows how amazing our volunteers are.
Yeah, definitely. We've had amazing engagement across all the activities and sessions that have gone on over the weekend. We've even had over 300 leaders taking part in our workshops as well. So a massive thank you to all of you who have attended, because it wouldn't be a success without you. And also a big thank you to the people who have helped with those workshops and put them on for us.
Yeah, definitely. And it just gets me really excited, and I'm really looking forward to next year camps. And hopefully this weekend has given you an insight into what you can actually expect from Unite or Cumbria Camp.
Yeah, so roll up 2021, hey? You should hopefully now be seeing a slide that shows the dates for next year. So that's the good news. If you enjoy this weekend, we can confirm right now that both Unite and Cumbria Camp will be taking place over the late May bank holiday next year. So that's the 28th to 31st of May 2021. And the price of both camps will stay the same as they were going to be this year.
So more information about both camps will be coming out in due course. But for now, please make sure you get those dates in your diaries, because we'd love to see as many of you as possible at both of those events.
Yeah, it's been great this year doing it virtually, but it's going to be even better doing it in person next year. So please come along. And so, Rachel, I'm a bit sad now. I think this is going to bring Unite and Cumbria Camp at Home 2020 to a close. But yeah, we've said it before. We've said it a million times during this call, but it has been so awesome to share this weekend with all of you. And so if you want to provide any feedback, please get in touch with either Natalie Whitday or Jackie Wilson, or email the Unite mailbox at unite@boys-brigade.org.uk.
And thanks for joining us, everybody. And I hope that you've enjoyed the worship sessions and everything else that we've spoke about. And like Des and Jonathan said before, the prayer mailbox is not going to just disappear overnight. So if you do need any help with that, then please drop an email in at prayer@boys-brigade.org.uk. Thanks for joining us, and hopefully we'll actually be able to see you in person next year. Bye.
Bye.